Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the greatest scenes of all time. Now, obviously, these are my greatest scenes of all time. They're probably not you guys's, but this was like something I've been having on my mind for a while to do. And originally, it was going to be a segment on my Friday show, the ACS Universe. However, that show, it tends to run long sometimes, and we have to cut a lot of things towards the end for time restraints as far as, keeping the show at a good, watchable time. And this was one of the ones I was like, if I start doing this, I don't want this to fall by the wayside. So I thought, wait a minute, maybe I'll try this on its own and see if people like it, if people enjoy it as much as I feel like I'm going to enjoy doing this. But like I said, these might not be your greatest scenes, but they are mine. And they from either movies, streaming service series, television shows, whatever. If I watch it, I'm sure there's a scene in there that I can always pick out and say that was my favorite. But these are some of the ones that stand out a lot. And so for the very first one, I decided to go with a classic. As soon as I think about the 1999 movie, The Matrix, which I will say, to my chagrin, didn't actually see in theaters because that year leading up to this, once The Matrix was released, my mind was fast forwarding a couple of months to The Phantom Menace. Episode 1, Star Wars, was coming out that same year. But The Matrix was #1 at the box office until that movie came out and almost overtook them a couple of weeks later. That's how popular this movie was. So when I was able to finally see it, and the first time I saw it was when DVDs at first came out. It was absolutely incredible. And this is the scene that I go back to every single time I think about this movie. Besides the movie being phenomenal, this scene is one of the most unforgettable things. And so this series is going to be about unforgettable moments that are unforgettable in film and television, in my personal opinion. Obviously, these episodes are going to be cut up, chopped up to a certain extent because YouTube loves to clap your virtual cheeks when it comes to using content that's not yours. So you have to keep the content you're showing to a limited thing, and I will try my best to do that. Now, at some future point, once I get the arrangements taken care of, I will be putting the full-length episodes of these on my Patreon, which if you want to become a member, there's a link down below to the Patreon. You become a member for as little as $1 a month. You can get exclusive content. So, and I look forward to in the future the longer uncut episodes of the greatest scenes of all time being on the Patreon for you guys to enjoy. So without further ado, man, let's jump into this. The Matrix, saving Morpheus, one of my greatest scenes of all time. Bro, the chills I get just watching the boots walk into the lobby, man. The weapons.
Would you please remove any metallic items you're carrying? Keys, loose change. Holy shit! Ugh. Back up! Stand back up!
Yo, I can't even imagine what the Wachowskis were thinking conceptualizing this entire scene. This is just absolutely fire. Two of the coolest motherfuckers on the planet right there. Everything hits, man. Everything hits. And this shit. Fucking dope. Bro, this move right here. Hey. Oh. The scene still looks good too. It still holds up. There's a couple of things here and there green screen wise, but this still holds up. This was funny, a funny little shot here considering what they had just done to that lobby.
What were you doing?
He doesn't know. Know what?
Mr. Anderson. Fucking Agent Smith, dude. Hugo Weaving's a boss in this movie.
I
think they're trying to save you.
Bruh. So that shit still is good, man. Still is fucking great. This entire shit is just exhilarating, man. Now this explosion kind of doesn't hold the test of time. I'll tell you that right now. Looks a little fake, bro.
I repeat, we are under attack.
Now, this what you're about to see is the crown jewel of this entire scene. Crown jewel. By all means, this is the one that every single time gets the chills. She's like, oh shit.
Trinity! Help!
No!
Dodge this.
That's a dope ass scene too. Or a dope shot, my bad. Let me correct myself before I get fucking clowned on.
How did you do that?
Do what?
You moved like they do. I've never seen anyone move that fast.
Wasn't fast enough.
Not yet.
Operator.
Tank, I need a pilot program for a B-212 helicopter. Hurry. Let's go.
Dude, this part. Oh. Just look at it, man. The number of rounds going into that room right now is fucking wild. Look at the shells, bro.
Morpheus, get up. Get up, get up.
The music. Bruh.
He's not gonna make it.
All right, Trinity, get the fuck out of there. Come on now. You imagine the stunt team. I think they were in Australia filming this. It's fucking wild, dude. This shit right here, though. A little green screen fuzziness there for you. Bruh. Sucks that dude couldn't come back for any more of the movies. I think he went crazy on the Warner Bros. Lot or some crazy shit like that. She looking at him like, go ahead and clap these old cheeks, bro.
Neo, sooner or later you're going to realize, just as I did, there's a difference between knowing the path and walking the path.
Operator?
Tank.
God damn, it's good to hear your voice, sir.
So yeah, like I said, one of the most fire scenes I've seen in a movie in my entire life. There's a reason why I picked that to be on the first episode of this new series. So obviously right here, you got Morpheus and Trinity walking to the lobby, looking like two of the coolest cats in this bitch. This just starts off the fire. And I do like the way that everything in this scene was put together, especially when Neo walks in. He's like, if you have any metal objects on you, you need to remove them. And he opens up his jacket and there's fucking just mad guns in there, bro. And it's funny, but it's cool as shit at the same time. And like I said, and I'll say it several more times probably, like when I saw this, people might look at this and be like, well, you know, if you've never seen The Matrix and be like, oh, well, it looks good, but it's not. I'm like, dude, in 1999, when this shit came out, this hadn't been done before. You didn't see anything like this on the screen. So with that being said, this movie is absolutely, it still holds up, man. Some of this shit in here is still cool as it can get, man. Now, this in particular, and I told you as we were watching the scene that this is the crown jewel, and it is. When I think of The Matrix, even out of all 4 films, this one particular scene is the first one that pops into my mind, is Neo dodging bullets, because I remember the first time I saw this, I thought the rest of the stuff in this scene, the rest of the absolutely fire shit that I've seen, this is the one that was such like, how did they do this, right? And obviously we found out since then they you know, had Gator created the bullet time effects, and it was groundbreaking, had never been done before, like I've said before in this video. And this was just so well done. Such a good, if I could just play it for just a second without any sound, just look at this, dude. Just it's just incredible, man. It's incredible. The camera angles, obviously, if you know a little Neo crotch shot, watch out now. Obviously, if you've seen the behind the scenes stuff, you know it's like this big old rig where there's like, I don't know how many cameras, all of them in a big circle, and they all take pictures. Like it's a weird way I can't describe it fully here, but the way it films it is so that the angle can go around like that. And obviously with the bullet time effects and things of that nature, it's been used on everything from car commercials to whatever. The technology was stolen, but it originated here in The Matrix in 1999, and I'll never forget this scene. This one is by far the most memorable out of a scene that is the most memorable for me from a movie franchise that has, you know, was a huge part of, you know, like me watching movies back in the day and shit. So now this was obviously fire too. You see him with the minigun shooting at him and stuff like that. I thought this scene was put together well. It has so many different locations as far as like the way they did some of this stuff and the way that it all came together. Like I said, look, man, seeing this for the first time when you are, you know, when shit like this hadn't been seen on film yet. I mean, you know what I'm saying? The Matrix did for VFX and film what Star Wars did for those same 2 things in 1977 when it came out with A New Hope, because nobody had ever seen effects like that before that looked that real and were that fucking tight. You know what I'm saying? And so like The Matrix came out and did that thing too. And this scene as well is dope. I do like this. He caught him in midair, you know, saving. That's why it's called Saving Morpheus. And so, yeah, I do love this as well. Like I said, put together very, very well. A lot of green screen. I talked about it earlier while we were watching it, that there's some of the green screen, it's a little fuzzy now since we've reached this point in time. But now this one in particular, I think they tried it twice. I think they had to do it twice to get the perfect circular explosion behind Trinity. This is one of the dopest parts of it too. And I think all of these things that I've shown now, obviously before this scene in the movie, there's, you know, they're saying they're going to have to unplug Morpheus from the Matrix because he holds some keys to Zion's mainframe in his head, and they're scared the agents are going to get it. So they're about to pull the plug, and all of a sudden Neo's like, no, wait a minute. The Oracle said something to me, and I think I got to go do something. And then after this scene, obviously Morpheus and Trinity escape through the phone booth. And then the phone gets destroyed, and Neo's left to fight Agent Smith for the first time, which is another great fucking scene from this movie. So maybe way down the line we'll revisit some of that. But as far as The Matrix goes, this is absolutely incredible. So yeah, that's the very first episode of the greatest scenes of all time. If you like this series, if you really enjoyed this, let me know. Post in the comments, share it, tell your friends about it. If this video in particular brought you to my YouTube channel, thank you. Please feel free to hit the subscribe button. I put content out here, live videos and shit every week. And now it's about to become another weekly thing with the greatest scenes of all time. I hope you've enjoyed it. And like I said, please give me your feedback. Let me know some scenes you would like, some of your favorite scenes of all time. And who knows, you might see them on this series at some point in time. So with that being said, all the information is down below the description, right below this video, where you can find me on social media. The link to the Autumn Snyder Fund for AFSP, and also a link to my Patreon, where, like I said earlier, you can become a member for as little as $1 a month, where I'll be starting to post more exclusive content there. And so, yeah, I'll see you guys later for some of the greatest scenes of all time.